Alright, hello guys, how's it going? In today's video, we're going to be talking about some upcoming severe weather, some upcoming snowfall, multiple big storms, and overall the upcoming pattern throughout the earlier portion of March. Anyways, before I get into this video, be sure to smash that like button, leave a comment down below, and subscribe for more weather-related content. For today's comment of the day, I want to know, do you think that we're going to have a lot of severe weather later on in March, or do you think we're going to have to wait until April or even May for that to occur? Let me know in the comments down below what your thoughts are, and I'll be picking one of those for tomorrow's video. Let's get straight into this video, and as you can see, we've changed the channel art to the thunderstorm version of it, and it will take about a whole year until we get back to the snowy one, which is always a sad time of year, you know, the change there. I think the snowy one is probably my favorite. I really like the hurricane one. I really like the thunderstorm one. The fall one's pretty cool too, but it's not as weather related. I don't know. I like them all because I made them all. So there's that. We're taking a look at our current radar imagery here. And we can see that there is a lot of storminess, especially in the northern half of the country here. So these areas up here. By the way, I did have a great birthday. So obviously I pre-made yesterday's video. I let you guys know. My birthday was really wonderful. So thank you guys for understanding that I had to pre-make that video so I could just enjoy my day. It was really nice to just wake up and do whatever for one day in a year. I usually upload every single video and make it every single morning. So that was actually really wild for me personally because the past, I think, 4 years I've been doing this channel since 2018. I have uploaded daily. Well, not the entire 4 years, but probably for like 2 or 3 years I've uploaded daily, which is just crazy. Let's move up to the northwest here. Let's take a look at some of this radar imagery. We can see there's a northern flow to this overall, but there's some spotty, moderate precipitation going on, especially these areas, and then throughout some of this area as well. There's some, that looks just like a face, I just realized that. There is a lot of moderate to maybe even some heavier precipitation going on. This is mostly in the form of rainfall outside of these mountain ranges here. We see a little bit of this and that, and these mountain ranges are seeing some snowfall for some spots even in here and in here at times. So some of the mountain ranges are seeing that snowfall, but mostly rainfall going on for the northwestern United States at this point. Let's move up to the north central United States, and as you can see, there's been a solid flow of snow showers coming in from this region. So this has led towards probably not a lot of accumulation, but definitely these spotty snow showers have taken place. And they've been pretty heavy at times. I'll indicate an area here. We'll even zoom in to southern Minnesota here, where this got really heavy for a while here. So in the blues, that's being indicated about 30 dBz snowfall or more. That's 30 to 35 because I see some lighter blue showing up in there. So that is extremely heavy snowfall that occurred, and that could accumulate very quickly. That's on par with a snow squall when you get snowfall at that high of rates of dBz. So that is worth noting that that would have been very heavy snowfall, enough to accumulate within 30 minutes or certainly an hour, depending on how long those areas were under that heavier snowfall. Now, we did have a bit of a snowfall event moving through, but it has kind of moved out. And we're still seeing lingering snowfall that has been taking place throughout this region. But by the time everybody's waking up, this will have pretty much moved out as well. That snowfall was quite consistent over this region earlier on. Likely 1 to 3 inches of snowfall, perhaps more. And then we saw lake effect lingering in this region. And same story there, maybe 1 to 3 inches or so would be my guesstimate there. Now, outside of that, there's not really any precipitation over the United States. So, for today, that's just the focus on the radars in northern United States. What we're going to do is we're going to move on and look at that modeled guidance, where we're going to take a look at the entire United States. So here's our European model. Let's just move through with this. We can see the precipitation areas there, as it just skipped on me. There, and there. That's where the precipitation is. So that's for today. Let's move on towards tomorrow, because what's going to happen is we are going to see another snow event move into the northeastern United States as the jet stream's doing about like this. So there's a mini dip there where the Northeast and the Great Lakes are seeing some of that cold, but areas further south, it's not too bad, and things generally are going to be warming as we head later into the week this week along the eastern seaboard. So although you will be seeing a little bit of snow here, That is going to be followed by some warmer temperatures later on. We'll talk about that in a little bit. We have seen some snowfall and rainfall taking place here by the time we're reaching tomorrow. Some more storminess is on the way for those regions. We actually continue with that storminess well into the weekend as we're approaching. This is going to be Friday, March 4th. So as we're approaching later this week, this area is warming, like I mentioned before, and really warming by this point. We do see a low pressure system develop with the cold front underneath, warm front here, snowfall lingering behind as we start to get that storminess out west and spreading into the central United States by this point. Very warm temperatures moving into the eastern United States. I saw in Virginia there is a day forecasted with 80 degrees, so it is going to be quite warm. We see this severe weather starting up for all of these areas. There's 2 days in particular that the Storm Prediction Center is already keying in on. Again, we've been keying in on these dates. When did we say March 5th through 6th? I told myself I was going to put it in my calendar in one of the videos. If somebody could go back and find that, I'll feature you at the end of tomorrow's video for sure, if somebody did find that. But I definitely indicated at one point that about March 5th/6th time frame would be a time frame to watch for some storminess, and it looks like that's going to take place. That was at least a week ago, I would say. Well, anyway, we do have severe weather expected from the Storm Prediction Center over the next, or it's days 4 and 5 from now. So we'll take a look at those at the end. But we do have this storm moving through, and as this cold front moves through, we're going to see severe weather kind of for this region. It's actually a pretty small region, but I'll show you guys that later on. Like I said, that low pressure system eventually moves up into Canada. Cold front lingers like this. Warm front's way up here, so it's going to be really warm along the eastern seaboard before that cold front comes through. We do see some snowfall for the Rockies here, by the way. And then we see another storm develop. So the cold front actually becomes stationary, and it doesn't beat out the southeast ridge. So these areas south of that yellow line actually do stay quite warm. We have a low pressure system about here. Some snowfall, obviously, on this northern end for some of the Great Plains in the Ohio Valley. And then that cold front does come through the east coast. So we see it like this. So that one does reach the east coast and probably brings quite significant rainfall, or maybe even some of the first thunderstorms for some folks. Then on about Friday, March 11th, we see this low pressure system here, which is kind of a strange one. We do have some warmer air making it in here. That could feature some severe weather here for the southeast. Let's see if there is any CAPE with this event. That would be the indicator. Yeah, there is actually. So, yeah, that could be some of the first thunderstorms and severe weather for these regions, honestly. That is worth noting. Let's just move back. So there's a lot of high CAPE with some of these events. So day 4 should be that one where we're expecting severe weather more up here. We'll take a look at that in a while, like I said. And then day 5, I think, is more in this region, although it is smaller, like I said. And then we have more severe weather expected over the next couple days after that for this region. As we see the CAPE moving in. CAPE is convective available potential energy, by the way. I always forget to say that. It's basically thunderstorm food. So thunderstorms really can't develop without this. We can see severe weather without this, despite some common belief. Some people will say that you can't have severe weather without CAPE, but technically damaging winds is considered to be severe weather, and really you don't need CAPE for damaging winds to take place. So that's why I always say you don't need CAPE for severe weather to take place. But usually for thunder, lightning, hail, in most cases, almost every case, tornadoes, you do need CAPE, obviously. So that is a really key indicator of if thunderstorms are possible or if they're not possible in general. So that's why this is such a great tool, by the way. Let's take a look quickly at the GFS, see what happens once we get to the extended range, because we get these storms over the central United States, same exact thing. Southeast storm as well, big kind of interior snowstorm on that one as well. But on the GFS in the long range, it always wants to do this, but it puts just a massive trough. And I remember it showing this for one of the weeks later in February, and it just didn't ever really come into fruition like the model was indicating. It never really happened like that. So we'll have to watch and see this beyond 240 hours, which means beyond 10 days. But we get this major snowstorm and then a huge trough that just stays over the eastern United States from hours 2:40 all the way to 3:30. But I'm doubtful. I'm doubtful that it will occur like that because let's see, that's like 4 days at least of a massive trough in the eastern United States. I just don't know. The GFS in the long range, like I said, always wants to do crazy stuff like this time of year, and then it never ends up being quite as bad or long term as it shows. So we will watch and see. I mean, if we get to the medium range and it's still showing this, then all of a sudden, I'm going to be on high alert. But at this point, I would say take that with a grain of salt. Storm Prediction Center, here's day 4. And as we can see, there's a 15% chance of severe weather here for Iowa, Missouri, Kansas, a bit of Illinois, and a bit of Wisconsin as well. So we're going to be watching for at least a slight risk of severe weather in these regions, potentially more, potentially less. But for day 4, which will be Saturday, we are watching this region. Now for day 5, we're watching this region for a similar risk with a similar sized region, pretty small here. We're watching for at least a slight risk for Oklahoma, Texas, Arkansas, Tennessee, and then also Missouri as well. So we're watching this very closely. We're going to see these days. We're going to know exactly what risk we're expecting from the Storm Prediction Center. Once they get into days 1 through 3, that's when we will get, marginal, general thunderstorm risk, slight, enhanced, moderate, high. That's when we will see the category of what to expect. So in 2 days, we will see both of these, obviously. And I think even the days following this could have some severe weather risks, so we're going to be watching for that as well. Anyway, for today's confidence tab, we're at a 4 out of 6. Who is surprised? I don't think anybody should be, because that's been what we've been going with for quite a while here. For today's comment of the day, I asked you guys, do you think that March is going to be a busy month for severe weather or a very quiet month? And Matt said, happy birthday, my dude. I believe this March will be a busy month for severe weather, especially in the Dixie Alley. So that's interesting, kind of a more specific forecast. Let's hope that's not true, but it would be interesting if that did end up being accurate, though. For today's patron highlight of the day, I want to thank you all for supporting the channel, but especially our platinum patrons, Bill Craze, James Wade, Dovey Nagel, Larry the Band, Mandy Birchfield, Patrick Strickland, Dave Scott, and Donna Carnes as well. I would also like to thank our channel members, or better yet, I would like to thank our diamond patrons as well. I almost skipped you guys. Bill Roberts, Marcus Conley, Noah Michael Kudelasa, Catbite, Charles Tennant, Bill Dallas, Gary's, and John Khaleesi also. There we go. I would also like to thank our channel members now, Catbite, Stephen Finn, and Jeremy Cox as well. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Be sure to smash that like button, leave a comment down below, and subscribe for more weather-related content. I'll see you guys in the next video.